here we continue. Dun dun da. Fuit igitur. So therefore then he was under this most impure homine, man, tantum only or merely a tribune in honour, or I want to say in name. But he never, then, Akasset never went to him and to his hand, never went and took his hand, never had a handshake. Never did he salute with him, never greeted him, so he never saw him, never greeted him. Through the totem triennium, through the whole 3-year period, Huck and Iluk, here and there, he was discouraging. For the whole 3 years he was running about here and there, he never went to the man himself. 2. Modo, looks like we've got correlatives here. Modo, now he was in the field, now he was at leisure, now he was occupados est with a fictitious languor. Should be a U there. 3. With largibus occiso, with him dead, when primum he comparated, when first he learnt this, and Alexandrum had been nominated Principem, the emperor. He contended, he hurried to Rome, or hastened to Rome. 4. Quem Alexander, he whom Alexander, with Miro Gordio, with some surprising or marvellous rejoicing, and with Miro gratulation, here's the female version of it, with great congratulations, he suscepted him. So he received and took him. Now he's gone to Rome. Ita ut. So thus in the Senatu, in the Senate, with talia verba, with such words he faciated. He made these words in the Senate. Here's a speech. Maximinus, partus conscripto, that's the vocative shortened version of it. The tribune, cui, to who I addedi, I gave or added the latum clavum, that's the stripe senatorial order. He has confugated ad me. He's come to me. Who, sub impura bellua, who under this impure beast, he was called a homine, was not able to militare, he wasn't able to serve militarily because he didn't like him. Who apud divinum parentum meum severum, there's 4 appositions, under my divine parent Father Severus, tantus fuit quantum illum. Okay, so there's correlatives tantus and quantum. You have heard his farmer, you've heard the reports about him, how great he was and how exceptional this man was. 5. Statim, deniqui, 2 adverbs. Immediately, finally, or immediately then, illum, which is him, he made him a tribune of the 4th legion, which is probably fictitious, which from Tyronobuses, from recruits, tyros, he himself had composited. He had created this legion from raw recruits, and he dedicated. He gave it to him in haec verba, in these words, pro vexit, pro means giving forward, so he's been promoted into this position. Dedit usually takes some form of dative, but anyway. 6. Veteres milits to you. Veteran soldiers to you, my most dear Maxime, and most beloved Amantissime. For this reason, I have not entrusted you with veteran soldiers, because veritas sumne, verb of fearing, and ne and uter inverted, because I fear that the vitae of them, the lives of them, other under Alis, have grown old, and you're not able to amend them. So they've learnt from other people, and it looks like their habits, their vitia, their vices, not their life. There's an I in there. So the faults of them under other people they've grown old with these sort of vitias, these errors, and you're not able to amend them. 7. Habes tyrones, you have recruits to your mores, to your customs, to your virtue, valor, to your labour. Fac, make these men so that they condiscere, so they thoroughly learn how to be soldiers in your habits and valours. So that for me, I guess many soldiers who are optibiles, very sort of things you'd choose. Solus efficis. You alone are able to make that so that many of them are suitable to the res public. Public is just sort of shortened there. Anyway, therefore then, with the legion accepted, immediately he coepeted to infinity them. Began to exercise them or train them. 2. Quaque, it's like quizque, it's the bloody version, and quizque means each one. So quintidere, each fifth day, he was ordering the milits, the soldiers, to decorre, to run about, and interse between themselves, agere, a simulacra of war. So it's like replicate or practice fighting. Gladioses, swords, lances, loricas, their breastplates, gallias, helmets, scooters, shields, tunicas, tunics, and all arms of them. Cotidae, daily, he would circumspicere them. He would look at them. The calcamenta, things that go on your feet. Don't think they're sandals, but they could be. They're probably just shoes. Quinetiam, I usually say that as y even. Some people say moreover, but usually y even. This footwear, he himself, I think that's prospiciabat, which means he provided shoes for them. Process usually means absolutely or forwards. So it's like forwards from that point. He pray-breaded himself. He showed himself. There's autumn again, moreover. So we'll take those y even. And moreover, he offered himself as a patron, as a father to the militabuses, to his soldiers. And we'll scroll a bit more. Okay, so here's the Daily Dictionary. Prospiciabat, which is what I think it said. Foresee, watch for, provide for. Okay, so he was providing for, looking out for his men. Okay, back to the plot. Where was I? Sed cum, but when him, quidam tribunals, so certain tribunes reprehended him, saying, dicentes, quid tantum laboris, that's probably why do you labour so much, when now, sis, you are of this loci, this is his rank, where you are able to accept to accept a ducatum, a generalship. He, furtor they say, dixissid, had said, I vero, but I, or truthfully I, the more mayor furoro that I become, so much more, tanto plus I will labour hard. So the further he advances, the more harder he's going to work. Okay, he would exercise with the Militabites himself in Lucta Minor, that's wrestling, Quinos 5, Senos 6 and 7 at a time, likewise prosterning them to the ground, throwing them to the ground. Now, there's a difference of thing. One of my favourite adjectives is grand aevus, so put that there instead. Take whatever translation you want. Grand aevus just means he's of a good old age rather than the actual age it was there. Was quindanos. Who knows which parchment was right. 6, denique, finally, or in short, or again. It's probably finally again. There's something happened, then finally. Invidentibus onctis, with all envying him or begrudging him. It looks like a singular quidam tribunus, when a certain tribune who was rather superbior, he was more arrogant or up himself, of a great body size, of known virtue, and for this reason he was ferocior, another comparative, he was more ferocious. He dixessided to him. He said to him, it's not a magnam rem you're doing, it's not a great thing you're doing, if, as a tribune, you vinces your soldiers. As the tribune, you are beating up your men or whatever. Here's what he said. Non-magnam thing you're doing, if a tribune beat your soldiers, iliate, he said, visne, do you want to congredimer? That's the word used for when two armies go to battle, but do you want to clash, do you want to fight? And when his adversary, he had noted, he nodded yes, venientem, present participle in accusative, contra se, so coming against him with a palm, he percussumed him in the pectus, in the chest. He struck him with his palm, and he re-echoed him. He cast him back supine. Supine, as you know from verbs, the supine form is the fourth form, but it just means looking up at the sky, basically, on your back. And continue, immediately he said, "Give me another, but this time a tribune." Okay. 8. He was besides, as Cordulus refers, or as he says, of such a magnitude that he's 8 feet with a finger. I guess it's an inch, 8 feet and an inch. He seemed to be when he was egress, when he left the room. Comes from egredior. If it's something else, it would be like a landing place. Anyway, thus was his vast thumb. So he had a huge thumb. It was so big that pro annulo, instead of a ring, he would use a dextrocherio of his wife. I'm guessing the dextro means it goes on your right hand. It's a bracelet, I think, of Greek origin or something like that. He would use a bracelet as a ring. 9. This is the last bit. Now, illa prope in the mouth of the common people he was positioned. Whatever illa is here. Looks like these stories, maybe, in the mouth of the common people. That he could attract it, he could drag with his manibusses, with his hands. I guess that's an alternate spelling. Hamaxis, which are wagons. Alone, solus, he could move her at. A burdened radam. I thought radams were like carriages, but I guess it's wagons as well. Hamaxis and radams are both some sort of burden wagons. If he gave his fist to a horse, if he punched it, he would solver at its dentes, he would loosen its teeth. If he used his heel and a kick, he could frangaret their crura, which is neuter plural, legs. Friaret, usually means to crumble. Lapides, tophikos, not really sure what tophikos is, but it's, I think you paint your wall with it. Is that limestone or something? He could skin direct, split rather thin arbors, rather thin trees. Others, finally, they vocerated, they called him Milo of Crotonatian, wherever that is. Others called him Hercules, and some others called him Antios. And that's it for the day.